everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Monica and I am the CEO and founder of Monica Freeman Studios. We are a luxury brand and creative agency. Since we do a ton of branding at Monica Freeman Studios, I wanted to discuss brand identity on today's episode. Before we jump into that, the first thing you should know is your brand is separate from your brand identity. Your brand is the overall perception your audience receives from all of your brand identity elements. And your brand identity is basically the DNA that brings your brand together. And those things include your logo, it could be a symbol, it's your tagline, your visuals, such as your photography, videography, and infographics. So that is a key difference between brand and brand identity. And now that you know the difference, let's talk about brand identity. Brand identity can often be mistaken as a logo. And while that is one of the elements that does make up your brand identity, it does not define your brand and it is not who you are. For instance, when you read the tagline, "I'm loving it," you immediately think of McDonald's, or "Just Do It," you think of Nike. That's because these are strong brands who are recognized by not just their visuals, but also their brand messaging, which is part of their brand identity. Have you ever thought about how Starbucks became the most recognizable coffee brand? It's not because they have the most affordable coffee or the best coffee. It's because their brand was built on their core values. It was a place where people came to feel invited, where they were a part of a community and could work for free, utilizing the Wi-Fi, having a great customer experience. In order to build a strong connection with your audience, you first have to build your brand's identity so that you can develop that emotional connection that they want to relate to and become loyal to. Now, in doing that, you first have to start with step number one, which is identifying what your mission statement is. Your mission statement is your brand's purpose. It's your why. It's the reason why you created your business. This mission statement should be clear and concise and articulate exactly what your brand's goals are and your brand's vision is. Then you can develop your core values. Now, your core values are your attitude and beliefs that reinforce your mission statement. This is where your brand's personality comes out. This is where you want to show up authentically as yourself and anything your brand stands for so that you can stand apart in the market. The third tip in establishing your brand identity is understanding who your target audience is. Knowing who your competition is huge in identifying who your target market is, because once you know what your competition is and who your target market is, you can see how you can separate yourself apart in the market and pinpoint your target audience specifically and reach their needs on a unique level. That's where tip number 4 comes in, market research. Now that you know exactly who you're targeting, you can do the market research to double down and understand what are their exact pain points and how can you solve them immediately. Brand messaging is the next tip, and that is using the right words to articulate your brand message to your consumer. This is how you're going to reach that person on an emotional level. Brand messaging is where you are going to show up as your authentic self, through your core values, through your mission, through your personality. The next tip is value proposition and selling proposition. Your value proposition is what you're offering to your customers for what they are paying. Your selling proposition is the emotional connection they get from you and why they should choose your brand over a competitor's brand. For instance, let's use Starbucks again. Their value proposition is creating a culture of warmth and belonging, whereas their selling proposition is love your beverage or let us know we will always make it right, which means that they are offering a guarantee that no matter what you order, you will be happy with it, because their brand has strong core values, and part of those core values is making sure their customer is always satisfied. Now, the next tip is your brand's personality, and that is simply just giving your brand human characteristics. This is where your brand is going to elicit an emotion from your target audience and get them to connect with you and they buy into what you're offering. So if you are a personal brand, you want to be true to yourself. However, if you are not a personal brand, you want to show up as your brand. However that brand speaks, what is their personality? Are they sincere? Are they humorous? Do they have hobbies? Do they support organizations? Who are they? And show up consistently with that same personality across all of your platforms and all of your content. Now, the next thing is your visuals. Your brand's visuals are all the elements that are going to represent your brand. This is your logo, these are symbols, a tagline, this is your color palette, your type suite, your visuals such as your videography, photography, and infographics. It's very important that you choose these things according to your brand and how you want to be perceived in the market, because people will identify your brand by these things for years and years and years. The next tip is your brand's voice. Now, your brand's voice is connected to its personality. This is the voice it's going to take on in its messaging and how it's going to speak and articulate the things that your brand is offering to its audience. Just like a person has a voice and a personality, your brand does too. It should be clear, unique, and appropriate for your target audience, using the right purpose, the right tone, the right humor, everything that represents your exact brand. And you want to make sure that you show up in the market authentically as that brand, so it's important to be clear about your brand's voice and be consistent with that. Now that you have all the tools you need to create a strong, successful brand identity, you can begin designing your website, building out your social media platforms, and all of your marketing materials. This is the fun part, and it's going to be so exciting seeing your brand come to life. Those are all the tips that I have, you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you again on the next video.